every revolution or every political movement or any kind of change, and having someone, okay, CIA, which is fucking for you to call me CIA when you know I'm not.
Everything was politicized. It was, oh, this is when we became the left versus the right. But both sides are trash. In COVID,
his own thing. So it seems to be that money's the issue, that like we're using money and that's how politics is being pushed. Because now we've seen what someone does when they use their own money, and it doesn't seem to be a solution. So I feel like we take money out of politics, we'll have a much better political system.
Politician, you think they're gonna come out and tell me the truth? They was lying to my mama. They ain't gonna never tell us.
So everybody, we look at certain things just because, oh, this happens in the hood or we see this every day. All the way up. These people were speaking truth. King, we could talk X, we could talk it all. They were speaking truth.
What's going on in anyone's mind, but let's take it as a given that Gray's argument is true, that the argument to not have ID is that it would be discriminatory versus certain socioeconomic brackets or something. It's like
the world's greatest trial run of what people will do and what people won't do. And we are the only country on the planet that really fought against the government. A lot of it,
because you focus on 80-20 issues. I'm looking at the Epstein issue as we have 80% of the information we need to prosecute these people that actually did anything, but you're focusing on the 20% trying to take down Donald Trump, which you're never going to get. So I'm going to keep sitting here with a smug-ass face on every single day.
I'll explain. Good question. I'll give you the answer. The Republican Party constantly talks about transgenders and transgender surgery to minors.
I'm mostly on the left ideologically, but I don't associate with the Democrats because they're not ideologically on the left. The Democrats are clowns, and they're also losers.
About to be any engaging conversation. It's not about to be any discourse about different political ideologies, what works and what doesn't. If that is the outcome, right? For example, I'm not going to go and just put myself in the middle of a KKK rally.
Verify me, not a fucking Fed. They always do this. I'll say this, right? And they did the same thing to Nick. We've seen the video. They'll call people who are genuine and authentic Feds because
the interesting thing to me is that the ones that claim that they believe the Constitution are now trampling the Constitution. The ones that said they believed in the First Amendment, the freedom of speech, right, are now going against the freedom of
leadership perspective.
They don't have no plan. They don't ever talk about nothing positive about the Democrat Party. Everything is just anti-Trump. They're not willing to have a conversation. They call us fascists. We willing to have a conversation. Charlie Kirk's willing to have a conversation.
Confirmed video showing Alex Preddy attacking CBP, kicking out their taillights, spitting at or on them, we're not quite sure. And then agents tackle him, they fight, and you can see the man is clearly armed. Now this disproves this narrative that he was just peacefully protesting when he was approaching these agents, and it raises several questions. Could these agents have known him? Could a description have been given out? He seems to be wearing the exact same clothes or similar clothes, and maybe they knew this guy was armed, violent, and had previously attacked CBP. Now, this brings up a lot of other questions about whether or not the agents were justified, were more justified, or some are actually arguing less justified.
Disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed on this panel show are those of the individual speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of this channel, its affiliates, sponsors, or production team. This content is intended for informational and entertainment purposes only. Viewer discretion is advised. We encourage respectful dialogue and critical thinking around the topics discussed.
Party. Why I like the new party? Number one, it's a group of people that's on a panel. We all have differences, but we all basically still come together at the end of the day. The new party for me is about unity. The new party for me is about educating people to the truth, letting people know what's been going on in our country. With that being said, shout out to the new party, man. We're going to keep it going with y'all.
Welcome to the new party. I'm Nora Christine.
I'm Gray Mars.
I'm Kamal.
Hola, Manzo.
And tonight on the new party, we have 3 strong topics coming on. We will be breaking down new information that has come out about Alex Preddy. We will be talking about our headline story of the night, the James O'Keefe documentary. And lastly, did Trump taco on ice? And shout out to everybody that's in the chat. Thank you guys for watching. Shout out to Gage. Shout out to Metalcore. Shout out to Full Metal Chad, Matthew. We appreciate you guys for watching. But in that very first clip, we see that a lot of conservative people who were empathetic to Alex Preddy are now changing their positions. In fact, I think a lot of people are changing their positions because a new video has come out that shows just 5 days prior that Mr. Preddy was involved in an assault with ICE. Let me play the clip and then we'll do reactions.
The moment the news movement filmed on January 13th in Minneapolis, showing a man who appears to be Alex Preddy interacting with federal immigration agents 11 days before Border Patrol shot and killed him. Our footage was analyzed by the BBC, whose facial recognition technology confirmed his identity to a 97% degree of accuracy. On the morning of January 13th, our team received a tip that federal agents were blocking a street at the corner of East 36 and Park Avenue in Minneapolis. We arrived around 10:15 a.m. We saw observers shouting at the agents as they walked back to their vehicles. When they started driving away, the man kicked their taillight. An agent then got out of the vehicle, grabbed him, and pushed him to the ground. During the altercation, agents fired tear gas and pepper balls into the crowd. They continued to hold the man down before they retreat and he walks away. The man in our footage is wearing a similar outfit to what Preddy was wearing on the day he was killed. What appears to be a gun is also visible above his waistband. Here, he continues to stand at the scene. On the day he was killed, the Department of Homeland Security claims Preddy, a 37-year-old ICU nurse, approached officers holding a handgun. That claim has been contradicted by analysis of bystander videos from multiple news investigations, which concluded that Preddy was holding a phone, not a gun, when he was pinned to the street. Shortly after the altercation we filmed here on January 13th, federal agents drove away. Soon after that, we left the scene.
Woo! Okay, Gray, welcome back. It's your first night back on the new party. Does this change anything for you on Alex Pretty, and what's your opinion, since I haven't really heard from you on it?
No, it doesn't change anything. I mean, he probably should have been arrested, but that's probably a misdemeanor on what he did. But I feel like what the writer's trying to say is like, now we have this footage. He deserves to be, executed. But when you look at a person when they kill a cop, you rarely see that person actually get arrested. You see that person get a closed casket. They got to have that baby picture on their coffin when you go to the funeral, because when you kill a cop, they're not arresting you, they're just letting it go. But that doesn't make it right. And that seems to be what they're saying in this scenario, that because he did this, he deserved to get deleted.
Kamal, this is your first night back with us as well, since this shooting has happened. What is your opinion and thoughts on it?
First of all, bruh, is he white or Hispanic?
He's white.
He's white?
Mm-hmm.
God damn, y'all dangerous as hell today, y'all. God damn, white folks is... Enzo, I know you one of the safe whites, but damn it, I'm scared. I'm scared of y'all. Shit, well, God damn.
I'm not white.
Oh.
He extra white.
Okay, I got you. But my thing is, it's like, somebody in the chat said if you do that, that's destroying government property. That should be a felony. Why wasn't he in jail or something for that shit? I'm just saying.
That's a good point.
He out again doing bullshit. I mean, bro, looked very violent right there. You feel me? I'm sorry, Kim. Enzo isn't white. I'm not bad. He's not white.
I'm not white.
But what I'm saying, at the end of the day, we see his behavior with that, kicking the hell out that car, going in front of them other ICE agents. I mean, one would believe the other incident, he probably was in their face yelling and shit. Hey, like Mia be saying, hey, Black Americans, stay your ass at home, please. Let's just stay at home. We don't need to go out there and be on the forefront of things. We see what's going on.
Yeah, and leading up after this incident, the media has been on a campaign to paint Alex as a hero, which, as a nurse, let me be clear, I think ICU nurses, in particular ones that work for the VA, are generally heroes. Let me be super clear on that. Thank you to all the nurses out there. Shout out to Mia. But this is what Joe Rogan had to say about it.
MSNBC did do his image.
Yeah. Where they gussied
Basically
it up.
did the opposite of what CNN did to me. CNN during the COVID times turned me green, and they made me ugly and look like I was dying, and they made him handsome.
Yeah.
So people would be more sympathetic to him getting shot, which is kind of wild. Like, are ugly people less valuable to MSNBC?
Less marketable?
That is crazy to me. Like, look at the difference.
Yeah.
Look at the difference. They shortened up his face. They gave him a little bit of a tan. They widened his face a little bit, it seems like. They just made him a little handsomer.
Yeah,
a little hotter.
They gave him a bit of that Chad jaw, didn't they?
They shrunk his nose a little too, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
They shrunk his nose.
Yeah.
Gave him a little bit of a handsome jaw. So he looks like an
even
American.
made him. If you look at the shoulders, it even looks like they may have plumped up the shoulders there a bit.
A little bit. Yeah, the one on the right looks like he's a little plumper. Yeah. They changed the tone of the color. Wild. I mean. They changed his fucking teeth, man.
Communist News Network.
Look, they gave him veneers.
Yeah.
Look at the difference in his teeth. He's a much more handsome guy. Like, that one on the right is like the handsome brother, and the one on the left is like, fuck.
Yeah.
Why couldn't I look like my
the one on the
goddamn
right,
brother?
Yeah, the one on the right. They were twins, and he took more of the protein.
Right.
That was what happened.
I'm gonna get some ladies in here. Mia, what's your thoughts? What do you think about this campaign that the left-wing media has been on to make him look better? Mia, we can't hear you.
Attraction, can you hear me now? Attraction sells. I'm not shocked at all. Why do you think so many people like Gavin Newsom? That man's a fucking idiot. He doesn't have two brain cells to rub together, but he's tall and handsome and slim. And a lot of people find that attractive. So, I mean, I'm not surprised at all. They made him more appealing to the general person to make them sympathetic. We have nothing but raw data that shows the more attractive you are, essentially the easier life is going to be. You're more than likely going to get a job, even if you're not cut out for it. You're more than likely going to be better received. I mean, unfortunately, sex sells, and they gussied this man up a little bit to get some sympathy. I am not surprised at all.
I can vouch for that. Attractive people have it way easier.
Oh, for sure. For sure. And I've realized TikTok has taught me today that nobody's ugly. You're just fat. Okay? Lose that 60 pounds, baby, and your jawline, your nose, your chin, everything looks so much better. You're not ugly. You're just carrying on some weight, slim your face down, you're going to be good. TikTok taught me that today. I saw all those transformations. Those ladies lost 100 pounds, and I was like, damn. So nobody's really ugly. They're just fat.
Ken, what's your thoughts?
Did you guys kick me out for saying Gavin Newsom is ugly?
No, the system kicked you out.
Yeah, Mia said Gavin's more likable because he's handsome, and then I put, oh, he's not handsome, and then it kicked me out.
Then the Democrats did it. So, what do you think about this makeup that they're doing on Alex Pretty? Do you think it's real, fake, or what do you think?
I hadn't seen that. That's pretty crazy because that's pretty crazy. That's called manufacturing consent, right? They're, I think, really intentionally trying to divvy us up into our individual tribes. But yeah, I think that's crazy. And it's also a shame because we shouldn't have to, feel more sympathetic towards people who are more attractive unless they're Luigi Mangione. But yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Wait, ladies, did it work? Did he before?
The guy on the right was more attractive. Like if the guy on the left hit me up on Tinder, I'd be like, nah. But if it was the guy on the right, I would have been like, yeah, for sure, 100%. Mm-hmm. Even the tan, yeah, or with their teeth.
You're muted, man. You're muted.
Alex Mangione, he's fine too. I want to go to that trial.
Who's Alex Mangione?
Oh wait, what's his name?
Luigi
Mangione.
I'm about to say, is there another Mangione?
I was just gonna ask you if he had a
Free
brother.
him too.
Free him too. Please.
I thought you were talking about his brother. I was like, I'm about to go to that trial too.
Y'all ladies ain't right. Y'all objectifying men.
Luigi Mangione comes from a wealthy
Equal
family.
rights, equal fights, man. Equal
Why
rights,
is the
equal
trial
fights.
star? We might be going to that. We need to go pay Enzo a visit.
I'm going. I will make a shirt that says "Free Luigi" and wear that bitch into the
Wear it with your MAGA hat.
100%.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I would
agree. We might need to make a trip up there.
I would love that.
But yeah, this next clip is for Enzo. This is Rand Paul, and let me see what he had to say.
Oh.
Reaction to the Alex Pretty incident.
One right here.
Can we get your reaction to the Alex Pretty incident over the weekend?
Yeah. We're going to have hearings on this. We've invited 3 of the prominent leaders from the Department of Human Services on immigration and immigration control, and we're going to discuss the question of whether or not filming someone, as I see is going on right now, whether that could be considered to be assault, whether retreating from ICE agents is considered to be assault, and whether or not filming and then retreating is an indication that you are a potential assassin. If our government's going to say things like that, people out there in the public need to know. I mean, do people filming the government have to worry that they are guilty of assault and the use of lethal force can be used against them? Look, we have this all of the time as far as our police. Our police have a tough job. Our police largely do a good job, but occasionally there are shootings that are unjustified. And that's why the officer usually is put on a desk job or administrative leave until his investigation, even when it's perfectly, I know of at least a couple of shootings in Kentucky where the guy shot the officer 8 times. It ended up being killed by another person in the car. They investigated it for 1.5 years, which I thought was way too long, but that was a completely justified shooting. But we investigate things because we think using deadly force is the unusual. It's the exception to the rule. But we can't just say, oh, nothing to see here, and he was obviously an assassin and a domestic terrorist. When we say things like that, it leads to no confidence in. So I think there really has to be an independent investigation, and this is going to be an investigation outside of DHS. They should themselves immediately appoint a commission. If they don't, I think Congress may.
What do you make of the situation in Syria and the Kurdish minorities? Do you think this administration?
Okay, we don't care about that. Not tonight. Enzo, what do you think about Rand Paul said? Does this change anything to you, what has come out about Alex? And we're going to talk about the signal chats next. But does this change anything for you?
No, it strengthens everything that I was saying the other night, because the other night we did find out that he did have an altercation with ICE agents a week prior. Now seeing the video strengthens what I was saying the entire time, because I'm looking at this is all speculation, this is all my opinion on it, as somebody who went there to get retribution for what happened to him a week prior. And this is not crazy to think because of the rhetoric and the actions that has been coming from the left, that has been coming from the Democratic Party ever since Donald Trump came back into office. Plenty of assaults, plenty of shootings. This is not crazy to think about. Rand Paul, on the other hand, I love how he just like picks and chooses what he wants to talk about and answer about, just recording officers instead of talking about the actual point, like how he did with Marco Rubio the other day about the whole Venezuela conflict, that you can't go in and take an elected official, and Marco Rubio rightfully cooked his ass the entire time that was going on there. But yeah, no, I don't think the libertarian, aka I vote with the Democrats on everything that they put forward and nothing that the Republicans put forward. Republican Rand Paul says it all. I don't agree with him.
And guys, just so you know, we have a poll right now. We have 102 votes. If you haven't already taken it, please take it. Did your opinion change on Alex Preddy after the new information has come out? Right now, we're at 75% no, 25% yes. I have another video that may change your opinion one way or the other. This is the signal chats that have been leaked by Cam Higbee.
This group chat. Haley West is the independent journalist you heard from in that first video, being followed by insane anti-ICE activists. Haley, I want you to take us through what this guy meant when he said that you were confirmed ICE. Take a look.
Not in an ICE vehicle, right?
No.
Right. Get in your truck. Get the out. Get
Confirmed ICE through who? We're American citizens.
Okay, so why did this guy think you were ICE?
It's a great question. We were in the vehicle. There were 5 of us, journalists, who were, traveling around South Minneapolis. At that point in time, Cam had gotten into the signal chats. And so we were essentially listening and following to see where we could find these convoys and obviously report on them. So we had been driving around and we saw a vehicle begin to follow us. And then there were 2 and 3. And at a point, we attempted to lose them, drive around, do a U-turn. But no matter where we went, every corner, they have people that are looking to spot these license plates. It's essentially impossible to avoid them unless you actually leave the area. And so we got out and, had this confrontation. And it's absolutely wild in an American city.
I cannot, but the whole place is like a powder keg. Doesn't matter what time of day it is. Cam, I know you know that. Take us through what's going on with this Signal group chat. For people at home that don't know what Signal is, it's basically like a private text message group. We're hearing that Peggy Flanagan, the lieutenant governor of Minnesota, might be in the chat. Is there any truth to that, or anyone else whose name we might be familiar with?
I've definitely seen a lot of reports to that. I wouldn't feel comfortable confirming it myself. I do more of gathering the information and then just dumping it so people like Data Republican or 0 Hour can decipher the information and figure out what it is. I split my time between doing Signal Gate research and being actually physically on the ground, like you saw in that video with Haley and I. And by the way, in that clip you showed just after that first one where they're tracking that F-150, that was us. Haley and I were both in that vehicle. And they were following us, and we lost them for a second. Haley mentioned leaving the area. Sometimes it's even more difficult than that. I mean, we had to literally get out of the car and kind of intimidate these people to lose the tails. They were going to follow us back to our hotel.
Can I just ask you if you think the Signal Gate story is as big as we think it might be?
I definitely think so. I think that this goes to the top levels. If not the top levels being physically in the group chats, absolutely aiding and abetting. There are actually links. They have entire chats dedicated to legal advice and specifically attempting to incriminate federal agents or local law enforcement who cooperate with them for lawfare. And in there, they have links that link directly to Attorney General Keith Ellison's website, where he has a form set up for reporting federal agents.
Wow. Okay, hold that thought. I want to ask you about that. Haley, do you think it's ironic that the people who are protesting law enforcement trying to identify criminals and arrest them are asking you for ID to identify yourself?
It's absolutely ironic. I mean, you can't make up a more ridiculous story. And that's what it feels like. I mean, you walk into the city of Minneapolis, and we were in South Minneapolis at this point in time. It doesn't feel like America. I mean, we felt like, it's like going to a foreign country and being treated as, a foreigner. And this is an American city. So it's extremely disappointing to see. But this, this network here in Minnesota is so intricate. Like Cam said, you have the community from the Signal chat groups all the way to the top. You have politicians openly admitting to being a part of this and to, helping fuel this entire system that they have going on here. And it's the whole city. I mean, I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah, it's scary to think, too, if ICE operations were to pick up in other blue states and blue cities. Think about cities in California or cities like Boston or Philadelphia, where ICE operations are certainly happening, but not at the scale.
So, Gray, after hearing all of this, does your opinion change?
No. And as far as the people, Cam Higby and the other girl, like I know they do like our social media influencers, but how much credibility do they have as being able to get in this Signal chat and being able to deliver this information? So I don't know if that was legitimate research, and then the other guy was telling them to leave. And if we're going to tell protesters to carry themselves a certain way, we definitely should be telling the media to carry themselves a certain way, because people have the right to protest, and everyone needs to keep their emotions calm and be able to conduct business.
Kamal, what's your thoughts on the protests and how out of control they are? And just so you guys know, we will be going into the James O'Keefe portion after this. So, I mean, may change some opinions. I don't know. What do you think, Kamal?
Man, I gotta agree with my brother in the chat, Ray FBA. Man, these motherfuckers crying about the law enforcement as for identification. I don't know, man. I'm just confused, man, at this point. I'm confused like that one, the protester that thought they was ICE. It just feels like motherfuckers just confused and just want to yell at some shit. I'm just like, bro, cry me a fucking river, man. Damn, like at this point, I'm just like, bro, come on, man. Come on. This shit just outrageous in my eyes. People just, man,
similarly,
the hell out of it at this point.
Journalists were outraged that they were giving out legal advice. Okay.
I don't know, man. Maybe it's too damn cold in Minnesota. Maybe it's that. It's the cold shit. It's got their brain frizzled and shit. You feel me? Come get some sun or something. I'm sorry to everybody on the panel. I know most of y'all in snowy conditions. My bad, y'all.
Do not talk to me about it. I didn't have a car for 2 days because of it.
You guys should come to California. California really is the most beautiful state.
Yeah, you see how me and Kim are relaxed.
Yes.
We just basking in the. It's like it's kind of cold right now. It's like Kim is like.
I don't know, Mia. I think the East Coast is a lot better. What do you think?
The East Coast is definitely better. I'm sorry, nothing says wonderful like being stuck in traffic and having people beat their horn and call you're a fucking idiot and cuss you out. Nothing makes my day better. And then I have my little iced coffee with me, and I'm listening to the song of my people with the horns beeping and people flipping everybody off. Nothing makes me happier. I'm sorry. We're just aggressive out here. I wouldn't even be able to handle California.
I'm not sure if everybody here got the memo, but the West Coast v. East Coast was settled a long time ago, and the West Coast won by like a lot.
No.
No, they did not.
Don't make us send 50 over there. Don't make us send 50 over there.
Biggie was 1,000 times better than
call up
Pac.
50 and have them go over there.
When was the last time 50 had a hit?
He got a lot of hit TV
I don't know.
shows.
That
I will say
Netflix show was good. I mean, he be making some money. His shows be good. Surprisingly,
Now we
they're
got
actually
Snoop
like
Dogg though.
really
Y'all
good.
think we got Snoop Dogg.
He don't need to make hits.
Kendrick, YG, Nipsey. Oh, come on.
Oh, R.I.P. I liked Nipsey. We can't
And we
say
got-
anything disparaging about him.
It's all the best in the South.
Yeah.
The what?
True. South.
Yeah.
South.
South. That early 2000s Southern rap was the best.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie.
Yo Gotti murdered my all-time favorite rapper, so I don't even listen to nobody out there no more.
I think, and shout out to the South, you feel me, that legendary artists out there, but I think y'all took an L when Wayne Dreadlock fell out his head. I mean, at that point, I think it was like y'all got to pass the mantle at that point. I'm just saying.
But so maybe we're gonna switch gears. Maybe after some clips of James O'Keefe's documentary, maybe Gray will see the light. Probably not. Probably not. He's probably gonna double down. So, guys, if you're watching, please hit the like button. So James O'Keefe recently was in Minnesota, and I have some clips showing what he experienced. This first clip, he explained how you have to be careful when you're going to Minnesota right now, and depending on what vehicle you're in.
Of Alex Preddy, they were still protesting Renee Good. The O'Keefe team rolled into town in an SUV with tinted windows. They could not see inside. And what's remarkable is they start cursing at your car merely because it is an SUV, which they all perceive to be feds.
Is the door locked?
Lock the door. Why are you giving us the middle finger?
Here comes a guy. Don't loan. Do not.
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing.
No, don't. Don't. See?
Just don't hit anybody, okay?
Usually I'm pretty confrontational, but we soon realized the only way to
Screw
deal
that.
with
Hit
these
'em all.
types of
Pretend it's
white
Florida.
walkers, or zombies, as we call them, is to just not engage.
Roll up your window. Roll up your window now.
Anything else would lead to escalation and violence. It's safe to say that I've never seen anything like this in my life. Just
Oh my
driving
God.
down a street will have people scream to you and curse at you. And threaten
I don't
violence.
want to know why he
Independent
has
journalist
that.
Cam Higby was
I think it was a
nearby
sheep.
and texted me at this time, telling me that trucks, Tahoes, Suburbans, SUVs are an absolute no-go. He advised us to get a Subaru or other mom car.
Oh my God, not the
He mentioned
Subaru.
They would bank our license plate.
I thought they liked the lesbians.
They
Yeah, I
must
gotta
be
be-
Kimberly,
They're
my
paying
little
for it.
lefty queen, Kimberly, why do you think they're attacking people in the SUVs? What's your thoughts?
I think people are getting really silly. I think people on the fringes always get really silly. I can say the same thing about fringy right people. But I will say that there's a really good book. I've recommended it so many times. I pulled it out just so you guys can get it. But it talks about media manipulation and how, believe it or not, the Democrats used the George Floyd protests in cahoots with the media manipulation to basically take over a movement and get out what they want from it. So they basically extinguished real progress through like, we're never going to get like a real like police reform as long as you get these silly liberals who are corporatists, who are for the most part have the same donors as the right wingers. And we're seeing it, I think, again here, where the silly liberal media is in cahoots with the silly Democrat politicians, and they're distracting people and taking away from the real cause, which is a really, really big shame. And then you get, of course, people who are in freezing temperatures, people who are easily manipulated, not just my friends on the left, but my friends on the right. You stoke up fear, you stoke up emotion, you stoke up all these feelings, and then you get people to fight for a cause, but they're really not fighting for their cause. They're just serving the interests of the politicians. So I think that's what's happening here again, where you see a lot of these instances and incidences that are really being blown out of proportion by the media. Like I said, to serve the interests of the corporatist, for-profit, for-war Democrat politicians.
Damn. Well, you bring up a good point about profit, Kim. In this next clip, it talks about how these protests are funded.
And of the protest that evening, including myself.
Watchdog, how you doing? What's going on? It's Jay O'Connell, Watchdog. My fiance is a teacher.
Is she? What's she teach?
Oh.
What's she teach?
Special needs.
Where are we going? We're gonna get ICE agents. Don't you have a thing to cover your face? Like this.
We heard chants of ICE out and fuck ICE.
ICE out. ICE out. Fuck ICE. Fuck ICE. Fuck ICE. Fuck ICE.
Hopefully the audience will forgive this reporter for participating in these chants in order to fit in. We found teachers, nurses, and union organizers all telling us, "We appreciate you, neighbor."
Appreciate you, neighbor. Appreciate you, neighbor. I appreciate you, neighbor. A guy came by before and he stopped here. There was a bunch of young kids and they handed out weed to everybody. Really? Yeah. It was so cool. I gave all mine away, all but a little bit, because I wanted to at least try it. You got anything better than weed? Love? Are you a paid agitator? Just kidding.
While many, probably many of you, might think this is all due to some specific centralized funding source, what we found is a hodgepodge of various NGOs and nonprofits loosely tied together through ideology, funded in part by the government, featuring 501c3s with nonprofit tax returns, a variety of funding sources. But most of these people we found were actually true believers, there to live and die by their cause.
Enzo, what do you think about the funding aspect of all of this?
I said it from the beginning, since I saw the signal chat being leaked. I go, there's no way that these people are this organized, that they have all this going on. There is a deeper pockets that's setting all this up. Obviously, now that we know that the Attorney General has a play into the group chats, the lieutenant governor in Minnesota has a tie into this. There's some pretty big people in there. So to say that there's no, I'm not going to say it, but some family that starts with the S behind it funding all this, like they probably were in Los Angeles, and how organized and all the signs and everything like that. Yeah, there's really some dark money behind this. And I'm happy that Cash Patel is looking into this whole entire signal chat, because once they do, we'll get some answers on who's really funding all this shit.
I mean, and not only do they have NGOs, and I'm going to have Mia respond to this clip, we find out that a lot of these protesters are union reps, teachers, and high up in school systems. Let's watch.
This woman, featured on a hidden camera, is Peggy Wang. Based in Boston, she works at Massachusetts College of Art and Design. Active in the Massachusetts Teachers Association, she participates in pro-Palestinian protests, and her job is currently being threatened for doing so. While this footage is hard to hear, Peggy Wang lists the issues that her organization gets involved in: immigration rights, abolishing ICE, stopping raids and deportations, justice for victims, and getting ICE out of cities like Minneapolis.
That our unions definitely need to take up the fight against ICE, against, back in genocide, but also fighting for reproductive rights and healthcare. Labor, Workers' Party. We need a real political representation for working
This other protester we secretly recorded talks about an organization called Make the Road New York. We've never heard of this organization, but apparently they have a budget of $30 million. They talk about one of the speakers that spoke earlier that day, April Veretti. April is the president of the SEIU labor union.
I mean, if you're interested in an immigrants' rights organization, you should look up Make the Road New York.
Make the road New York.
Make the road.
But who are you with?
I'm just with with the union.
Oh.
Yeah. SEIU, Service Employees International.
We looked at the tax returns of Make the Road New York and found they're a registered 501c3 that file a 990, and they received $16 million in grants.
Okay, Mia. So our lefty friend Kimberly brings up a good point. What is wrong with organizing? I'm so confused. What do you think is the problem? Why is he highlighting this?
Honestly, there's nothing wrong with organizing. Everybody organizes, whether you're in a union, there's nothing wrong with organizing. I think he's just highlighting the flow of money because, money talks and the rest walks. And as you can see in the United States, we have a historically low public school enrollment and more people going to charter, private, and homeschool for this reason. Because the people that we're highlighting and that they're what we're seeing, these are people that are setting the narrative and setting the scene for our kids. And you can see that, Americans are deeply, deeply unsettled by the alt left and their wokeism breeding into children. So, and I mean, as we see a bunch of people, you're simply in an SUV and everybody's staring at you and you're cussing, and those are teachers, those are lawyers, those are people in the PTA, those are people in these organizations that have a lot of power, especially in deeply blue places. So, I mean, there's nothing wrong with organizing, but also the power that a lot of these unions have, specifically teachers unions, is astronomical, especially in places like New Jersey, California, New York, Massachusetts. And in those states, we're seeing record low enrollment in public schools. So, I mean, it is what it is. It's just crazy. My biggest takeaway from all of this is it's super weird to call somebody Gestapo for doing their job, but these are the same people that are doing Gestapo-like things. They're literally going up and down streets. They're being lookouts. They're doing exactly what the Gestapos were doing in Germany. Though that literally, it's so crazy. I've never seen, it's crazy to me. You're going to call somebody Gestapo, but you're doing the exact same thing. You're right there with them. Two birds of a feather flock together, clearly, because they're in the same spot together doing the same thing.
Yeah, and for me, to Mia's point, before we go to the next thing, it's like are you an activist or are you an educator? Like the level of activism that they're doing, it's to shape a narrative, and then it's like, are they teaching that to the kids in the classroom?
They are.
So yeah, so I get why you're. It's not the issue of organizing; it's who's doing it. But anyways, this next clip is the day after, the day that Preddy was unalived. He was there on scene.
Oh shit! What the fuck?
There was a second shooting. We were only a few miles away when that happened.
There was just a shooting. And any updates that while you were sitting there, you guys reading the news?
The biggest updates that we have is that the mayor just announced that you need to decide what side you're on. Either you're on the side of Minneapolis or you're on the side of the federal government.
Our streets! Our streets! Our streets! Our streets!
No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace.
Around noon local time, when people started to descend, walking down the street, mobs of people appeared out of nowhere, all walking in the direction of the shooting. We wondered, where did these people come from and how did they know so quickly to mobilize? Our undercover people were inside the mob.
I can't believe this happened again. I drove down from Colorado to come yesterday. We were gonna leave today, and then all that just happened. Like,
you could help support the community.
Yeah, of course. I mean,
I know, a good time. I mean, like, I'm glad you guys are here because I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how they're gonna keep getting away with this.
Yeah, and are there like are there chats and stuff? I'm trying to get linked up and stuff, and I don't.
Unfortunately, Unfortunately, just because you're out of towner, I don't know if I feel comfortable like putting you in chats and shit, just because there's like so many fucking ops.
Oh, I
You
see
know
what
what I
you're saying.
mean?
Yeah.
The agitator confirms the reporting done by citizen
Not the
journalist Karen
ops.
Higby, who
Not
posted
the
free
ops.
video on X of all the signal chats. The agitator talks about the signal chats. Just seconds later, after having that conversation, our undercover reporter was tear gassed.
I'm not, I don't feel comfortable like.
Oh, no, okay, yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, you're fine, yeah. I just drove down here, me and my brother, and he's a film editor, so he's filming it. Watch out. Here we go.
You fucking cowards!
Our undercover reporter was invited into the lobby.
Okay, so I'm gonna let Enzo answer to this. I'll have Gray go after. Enzo, our friend on the left, has asked, "What's wrong with chats?"
So, what's wrong with chats? Nothing is wrong with chats if you're not setting up any nefarious activity to stalk, intimidate, harass, obstruct law enforcement, federal officers, anybody that has authority to do what ICE is doing. There's nothing wrong if you're not doing it against those people. What's completely wrong about this is, like I said, they are going out there to harass, obstruct, assault ICE proceedings. That's what they're trying to do. And my real question is, I want to know who's paying them, because how do you have the time in your day to go out there? Do you guys not have jobs? I thought this was the same crowd that complained that prices were going up for everything. So what is it? Are prices going up, or you guys don't work, and these are the people that are living off the government, or is somebody paying you to go out there and you guys get paid hefty amounts, and that's how you guys are affording doing this and buying groceries and paying all your bills? I really want to know if these people got jobs. That's what I really want to know.
Yeah, they do, because that one you saw, those people have jobs. That lady from Massachusetts has a job.
How do they have the time to do this?
But that's where I have a problem. She's working in a public job. How does she have the time to do this? To your point, I don't get it. How does she have
don't you go live like 4 hours a day? How do you make time to do that?
That's easy. So I work 9 hours before that, starting at 7 a.m. until 4 p.m. And then I go live, and then I go to sleep, and then I repeat
that's
and do the
probably
same
them.
thing. This is the middle of the day, though. The middle of the day. I don't believe every single one of them works second shift or a graveyard shift. Ain't no fucking way.
Also, they're coming from out of town,
crazy.
Kim. They all say they're from like Colorado and like rando places like that.
Right. Half of those people aren't even Minnesotans. So it's
Mhm.
they're definitely being paid. Anybody who says this is just like a bunch of people of the kindness of their hearts, like no, everybody. It's 2026. You have to have income in order to survive. We are literally living in a world that is expensive to breathe. There's no way collectively those hundreds of people are just burning up all of their PTO. I mean, nobody has that kind of PTO. Even the tech people don't have that kind of PTO. So these people are all being paid one way or the other, whether it's through their organization is paying them to be there, to obviously get recruitment opportunities. I'm sure that the little Asian lady was getting her recruitment opportunities. The other white lady we saw talking about the union leader, she was getting her recruitment up. I mean, they're getting something out of this. Nobody in this country does something for nothing. Nobody.
Heaven says she's been to multiple protests and she's never been paid. Great. What's your thoughts?
Me either, Heaven. How do we get? Please, someone can
Mm-hmm.
someone here investigate and let me know, because I would love to get paid. I will go to. Please.
Can you, Kimberly? Could you take 2 weeks off of your job and just be at a protest every day, paying for your food, paying for gas, potentially paying for hotel, all out of your pocket, and still have a job after 2 or 3 weeks?
Do they
no breaks? You're not
that much?
No breaks, no going home, because these people are there for days
Weeks at a time. Yeah,
if not weeks at a time.
I do agree that some organizations do live for a cause. I also am fully aware that there are a lot of entrapment schemes out there. Do you guys remember that Gretchen Whitmer shit? That was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think I don't think they're paying everybody that's out there. I mean, I'm not like an activist or an organizer. I have friends that are. So
Well, what they're doing is they're creating not-for-profits and they're getting grants, and then they're funneling money from the grants to the protesters. That's what basically what he was saying that they're doing, and
how
I believe
can
it.
I get
But,
like
I said the same thing about the No Kings protest when I went to the No Kings protest in New York City. Like, you can look at somebody that lives in New York and you can tell that they're from New York. The people that were there were not. And it was really weird that right around the corner from Union Square where the protest was, there's like 15 buses sitting right around the corner.
Mhm.
And then once the protest ended, the buses were gone.
So I am aware of that, and I do know reporters who do expose some of that, but I don't think it's like all of them either, right? And I mean, maybe they're paid actors, right? Like maybe they're getting gigs here and there. I know they post them on like on acting websites sometimes, like agitators and protesters. I get it, but I don't think it's all of them either. I do believe that there are some people out there who are just out there for a cause and they think they're doing something for the better of humanity.
Didn't Kyle Rittenhouse go to a protest for free?
True.
I think he went there for free. But what I'll say is because I want to talk about what we were saying about the educators. So like I understand on the right you may have like an ideological perspective and you want the staff at your child's school to have a certain ideological perspective. But right now my daughter's doing college tours, and a part of one of her paper that she had to write to get in an Ivy League school, she had to ask the teacher what to write about. So she asked, could she write about the divorce of her parents? The teacher said no. She asked, could she write about her sickness in middle school? The teacher said, oh, you have to dig deeper. Now, me and my ex-wife are darker complexion. My daughter's like almost white. So she wanted to write about race and how it affects different things and how it affected her life. So the teacher has to have some fact and have to talk about certain questions with certain students. So I would say when you have your children going to school, politics is going to play a part, because I talked to my kid today and she thought Taylor Swift was mega. And she talked about how she wanted to be with people that are Swifties. So like this does affect children. This does affect teenagers. And I said, yeah, I think you should be cool with everybody, but I understand from an ideological perspective. So do I think these people are being paid? No, I think people are upset enough that they'll risk losing money, risk losing whatever, because morally they think that they're right.
So when are you going to a protest?
Never. I never went to the BLM protest. I never went to any of that. Now, if they wrote me a check, I'll be in the front row.
Jesus Christ. All right. Okay. Let's go to the next clip. Basically, in this clip, they find out his identity, and we'll see what happens when they find out his identity.
What we found, dripping tear gas off their face.
Oh, fuck, I was fucking tear gassed.
Yep. I'll say I live here if anybody needs in first.
I got you. It stays like on your clothes and burns.
Yeah, you'll smell it on your clothes.
And it'll keep burning. That's great.
Go upstairs and find it.
Right, can I just sit right here, dude? I just...
Shame on you! Shame on you! Shame on you! Shame! Shame! Shame!
When that happened, I
This
decided
is so
to arrive.
crazy.
We rolled up about 10 blocks from the scene of the tear gas. What struck me was this was not a bad neighborhood. The neighborhood looked like many of the neighborhoods that you live in. And immediately, as we got out of the car, 4 to 5 women asked us who we were with.
I'd love to see some sort of media. Just curious. Like, I would love to see just like your work.
Exposing exposed where it's happening.
Yeah, stop taking pictures of me, bro. Stop taking pictures. No, you're not. These guys are not press.
Yeah, we are press.
Let's see them.
I feel like so many of the protesters look like people that got picked on and bullied in school, and now they feel a sense of entitlement and power now that they're able to bully other people.
That's what I said with the January 6th.
That's what they say about cops all the time.
It's probably true. I mean, multiple things can be true at once.
Bizarrely,
Yeah,
the
like when people
agitator
said
claimed that
J6ers were
OK Media was
insurrectionists, I was like, yeah, those people aren't that smart.
Check your fucking website. It's all Portuguese. And none of their work is political at all.
What's fascinating about this interaction is the statement from the agitator, quote, "They're not political at all." What dawned upon me in that moment was it wasn't a good thing we weren't political. It was actually a liability. If you're not a member of their team, if you don't believe exactly what they believe, you are their enemy. Even if you're neutral, you must be destroyed or killed.
Stop taking pictures of people.
I'm not taking pictures. I'm taking pictures of him.
Stop. Why? What the fuck is the point?
Because we're press.
I wouldn't survive. And so and I wouldn't make it. We would have already gotten into scuffles with these people.
Then they were able to ID me. A woman pulled up my Wikipedia page, which labeled me as a far-right activist, and it went all downhill from there.
That's pretty crazy.
Oh boy. Gang mentality is taking over, Kim.
I don't know these people.
Seems like they took a page out of The Handmaid's Tale. Shame, shame,
Yeah,
shame.
that's silly.
Come on, what do you think? Shame, shame, shame. What's your thoughts?
I don't think y'all want to ask me. I'm too immature for this shit, bro.
No, I want to hear it.
Nah, this shit. The chat is hilarious right now. Nah, hey, I ain't gonna lie, bro. These protesters lost their goddamn mind. But Ray FBA got a point. That triggered discipline from the law enforcement. God damn. Jesus Christ. Man. I'm just saying, look. They was on that being pressed. Now pull out your ID, homie. Ain't that what y'all protesting? I don't give a damn. Show me your fucking ID. It's like, are we in whack-a-mole world? You feel me? I'm just, look it. I'll say this. I don't know if all them protesters getting paid, but somebody getting fucking paid. Okay? The nonprofits, NGOs, somebody getting paid for this is happening. All right? Now, all the protesters are getting paid. Some people, like, sorry, Kim, you didn't fill out the paperwork. Heaven, you didn't hit the right Google search.
Yeah, I know. Someone didn't pay me.
Yeah, can we send the link, please? We got look it.
Also, come on. I feel like you got to be on the in circle. So no offense, you not left enough, Kim, to be on the in circle. You not left enough, Heaven, to be on the in circle. I'm sorry, because if you on the in circle, you be getting paid because you would have got the secret chat where you get paid with the link, like Kamal said.
I think I just want one small correction. I think they're too liberal, and I'm principally correctly left, and they're not. If you fall in line with, or even vote or are registered for, or even say you like the Democrats, then you're automatically, in my eyes, a useful idiot.
I will say this though, not to interrupt you, Kamal, but when I worked on the last campaign, the right and the left meet up at the same place. We had the same schedule, so we're going to meet up at the same place and hang. And they're going to be on one side of the road holding up their signs, and we're going to be on one side holding up our signs. So it is orchestrated in that way that we both know we're going to be there, and we're both going to be holding up signs.
I ain't gonna lie, that sounds like a script for a South Park episode, bro. Shit, like y'all opposite sides of the street holding up signs and shit. This shit crazy, man. Where can I sign up? Shit, I'll go. Look it. Y'all gonna pay right now? I don't know. Now I'm gonna stay my ass at home. Like Ray FBA said, y'all ain't paying enough. Shit, Gray even said it. Y'all ain't paying enough for us to go out there and protest.
Well, I thought these people were supposed to be like the nice people, and all I see is everybody like cussing everybody out, getting aggressive, being crazy, flipping everybody off, like breaking stuff. I mean, it's kind of crazy. These people are allegedly supposed to be the nice people, and they're acting like lunatics.
What, Mia? Look here. All right. most of them out there is on the left, right? We saw somebody get their ass whooped on camera. He shall not be named. We know who he is, but he got his ass whooped by people on the left. Okay? I'm just saying.
Are you talking about Kyle?
No, we talking about
Andre.
Oh, okay. My bad.
I'm dying.
I forgot that happened.
They threw him to like straight up and like launched him.
Should I play the clip?
He
Should I
flew
play
like
it?
4 feet.
Should I play it?
Well,
no advertisement. No advertisement. We know who he is. But I'm just saying, people go to protest and not get paid for it. It is some people get paid. I'm just saying it's mix and match, I think, at the end of the day. So
Well, after they called him out, then they had violence.
These guys aren't press. These guys are not press. We are press. My press. These guys are not press. We're press.
Then they were able to ID me. A woman pulled up my Wikipedia page, which labeled me as a far-right activist, and it went all downhill from there.
I don't know. Not the fucking bed.
Shame. I'm gonna do that in the middle of the grocery store to somebody that pisses me off. I'm just gonna start yelling shame and see if other people follow suit.
All I gotta say is the shame. What is this? The Salem witch trials?
It reminds me of Game of Thrones.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're gonna throw tomatoes on her and make her cut their hair off and everything and walk through downtown naked.
Can we bring back tar and feathering people? I want to do that.
They continued to follow us. All you can do is merely disengage and try your best to get out. But they follow you, and they don't stop following you. It felt like
This
a
is
horror
silly.
movie. This agitator attempted to organize an army, recruiting members of the mob to follow us.
An army?
A mob.
This is such an unpopular opinion, but I feel like so many of these people feel so brazen when it comes to following people and doing crazy stuff. It's because nobody has beat their ass. I guarantee you, if somebody stopped and punched that little bitch in her face, like pow pow, it'd be the last time she follow somebody.
I actually
Nobody
agree
is
with
beating
that.
these people up, and that's the problem.
Bring back
I agree.
bullying. Make
Straight up,
bullying great again.
Problem. That's the problem.
We got into the
These
vehicle.
people have never shoved in a locker, and I can tell.
Frozen water bottles at
If
us.
it ain't money, I'm not fighting over.
In the back of the neck.
Y'all done got our channel demonetized. Ass whooping. This shit crazy.
I'm shooting. Whoa. Where's this about? We're fucking press. We're press. Do you know what the First Amendment is? Go.
This is really silly.
Do you
Who's
support
shooting?
the First Amendment? Do you support the First Amendment? Yes or no?
No, he's telling him to keep filming, like
against
getting.
Oh,
the
okay,
content.
okay. Filming shoot. Okay.
We're not doing nothing to you. You just assaulted us. We're press.
We are. We're trying. All right. No problem, bro.
Hey, they're just everywhere. Look, turn around. They're everywhere.
Shut the fucking doors.
Shut the door.
Shut the fucking doors.
They threw a frozen
Ice.
ice brick at the car.
Take off your vest. We're getting quickly.
Yes, I gotta fucking bring a lot. Here, throw it in the back.
So, guys, the chat did ask for the Andre clip. I'm sorry, I have to do what the chat wants. Like 4 people need to see it. They're asking to see it. I can't. Like, I have to do what the chat wants. They're asking for it. Here we go.
They done put boy ass at the No Kings rally. Boy, this shit right here hilarious. So Andre Williams done went to the No Kings rally in Detroit. I think that's where the nigga from. He done went out there with that bullshit, talking that coon ass rhetoric, and tried to stand in front of the goddamn crowd, in front of the march. They got his ass up out of there so fast. And he was fighting back too. That nigga little. He was out there in his 1976 coon outfit. It looked like he had on some cool ass shades though, didn't it? Y'all think he...
Yeah, take Bone Crusher off. Shit was funny.
Andre is on our intro.
I just
End of the
googled him.
show.
It's the guy who's very attractive but really nothing.
Yes.
Okay.
Wild work.
Oh my god, man.
So Enzo, what do you think about what they did to poor James O'Keefe? He almost got unalived out there.
So I just think it's I think it's very hypocritical, actually. These are the same people that are requesting identification from these people to see who they are. But if a police officer asks you to identify yourself, they won't show who they are. I think it's kind of crazy. But they can wear a mask, but ICE officers can't wear a mask. And I just like we were all basically saying while we were watching that clip. We need to make bullying great again, because obviously these are the type of people that never felt any type of any type of, they never got into a fight in their life. They never had their ass beat. They never were disciplined. So they think they can go out in the street and cause a ruckus, clash with police. And the funny thing is, watching all those clips, they weren't even fighting with ICE. They're fighting against MPD. They're the ones that are pretty much backing them up at the end of the day. So going against police officers that are basically on your side is pretty wild. It just shows how stupid you guys are. To James O'Keefe, anybody who goes out there and covers it, they shouldn't have to fear for their life. I don't think James O'Keefe is a far right journalist, or the same thing with Nick Shirley. I don't look at them as far right journalists because they're going out there and covering the story at all. I don't really think they have any political agenda behind it. So for these people to do what they did is absolutely just disgusting in my eyes. And I've seen a couple more clips of it too, like how they tracked them down and got their tag number and their phone number and said, you have 2 hours to leave or you're going to end up dead. Like this is getting extreme. This has been getting this. It's just progressing worse and worse and worse every single day. And I've been saying it from the beginning. Mayor Fry, as well as Governor Walz, they need to be held accountable. The blood is on their hands for Renee Good as well as Alex Pretty. And there's going to be more, unfortunately, possibly, if this doesn't get reined in by them.
So we're gonna switch gears. We're gonna go to closing thoughts. Let's wrap up. We've had a lot that we talked about. Kamal, it's your first show back. What's your closing thoughts?
Well, what's good, everybody on the panel? I know I was a little late and I wasn't on earlier this week. You know, I've just been busy with my other work stuff. You know, because I'm a grant writer. Also, I wanted to tell y'all, you feel me, I got hired on to be a director of development for an organization and stuff. So I've been kind of busy.
Oh, congratulations. That's great news.
Yeah, so all the nonprofit and NGOs and stuff y'all talk about, I'm knowing about all of that. I'm like learning all that stuff. So that's why I'm like, yeah, somebody's getting paid from these nonprofit and these organizations. It might not be the protesters, but somebody getting some freaking money. All right. Second of all, y'all go follow everybody TikToks or Instagrams or whatever they have on the panel. People having great lives. Also, go follow the new party. Hit the notification bell so you know when they go live. Also on my end, Kamal Johnson Network. Hit that notification bell so you know when I go live. Appreciate y'all in the chat, you feel me? And today the chat was very, very good, except for it was one guy in the chat, and y'all know I always gotta clown somebody in the chat. He was like, light skin bro looking broker and broker every day. Well, the reason why I'm broke is because your mama puss ain't selling. Tell her get out there and give me some more money. You dweeb. Anyway, we had a lot of good convos today. We talked a lot about the stuff in Minnesota and the protesters. I ain't gonna lie, shit sounding wacky, man. This we in the twilight zone at this point. People protesting press, asking them for IDs, but they don't want the illegal immigrants to get rounded up, and they mad that they asking them for their IDs. I'm just all types of confused. You feel me? Hey, like me have been saying, look, foundational Black Americans, stay your ass at home, please. Okay, we got other fish to fry, like certain type of coons and sambos and all the rest of them MFers that be on the bull drive and ain't on code. But anyway, like I said, this shit is getting wacky in Minnesota. Alex Pretty, like, or whatever the hell his name is. I mean, his prior actions, him kicking that car, make it seem like he violent, and he probably had a violent outburst. You feel me? Or was about to have a violent outburst before he got popped. Hey, I mean, sucked he lost his life, but and also Renee Good, but y'all motherfuckers need to comply. We've been hearing that shit for years. Y'all gotta take your own lessons. Damn. Y'all tell us comply all the damn time, and y'all ain't goddamn complying. This is something else. But everybody have a great weekend. Do your thing. I appreciate y'all. Yeah.
Ladies first. Kimberly, what's your closing thoughts?
I disagree. I don't think we should just comply authority for authority's sake, but I also don't agree with police violence. I will say today was a really good show. Today I learned that Enzo's not white. This whole time I thought he was white, and I didn't know.
Italian.
So I'm sorry if I misracialized you. I do apologize for that. And back to, so I get this a lot. I get a lot of shit from my Democrat friends. They, for some reason, really don't like me more than I can disagree with my friends on the right all day, and they don't care. They don't they don't take it personally. But my Democrat friends particularly don't like me when I call out this BS like this. It is getting really silly. The media is manipulating the news. They are distracting us from a real class solidarity. And I think it's taking away from the real cause, which would be, immigration reform. And I said this in the last show, but my conservative friends, or at least the Trump administration, if they were serious, they would have passed legislation, not an executive order. They would have passed laws and enforced immigration or their immigration through laws, not through executive order. It's going to get reversed as soon as a Democrat is in office. There is a right way to do it, and this isn't it. We need to treat people with respect. We can get rid of the violent criminals. We can incarcerate violent citizens. I'm not against that at all. But we do need to come back to our humanity and see each other as humans. I'll tell you right now, if my kids were hungry or starving, I would cross over illegally. There's nothing I wouldn't do for my kids. So not all the immigrants that come over are violent criminals. Not all of the immigrants that come over are criminals, except for, passing over illegally. A lot of the people here are on expired visas. So they came here legally, but they stayed here illegally. Either way, people are people. And I believe in immigration reform, amnesty, expansion of DACA. And thank you all for listening to me. And please stop being silly, you silly liberals. Please, you're making it worse. This isn't helping anyone. The way that they're going around stalking people and being so divisive and combative, it's really silly and it's counterproductive. So please stop doing that for the love of God.
Thank you, Kimberly. That was great. Mia, what's your closing thoughts?
Foundational Black Americans just need to stay home. Everybody just needs to stay home. Because whether you like it or not, ICE is going to do their job. So you can catch a federal charge, you can get your ass beat, you can get tear gassed, you can get shot. It honestly isn't worth it collectively for a group of people who wouldn't spit on your grave if it was on fire. So I don't understand why people are out in the streets acting all crazy. Stay home, pay your bills, stay warm, and make punching crazy people in the face great again. Just throwing that out there. Because some of the people need to be punched in the face.
Damn, not great again. Enzo, what's your closing thoughts?
My closing thoughts are, like always, this was a great episode. Where do I begin? Yeah, the signal chats need to be investigated. We need to find out who the money man is and if these people actually have jobs. Like I said the other night, ICE in Minneapolis is doing a pretty good job in my eyes. So they need to keep the work up. They need to get all these illegal immigrants out of the country. We need states more like Texas and New York and even California, Florida, where their governors and their mayors comply with the federal government and stop trying to fight the federal government. That's what we need. And to a couple people in the chat, I kept seeing a lot of people saying that video was AI of the new one of Alex Pretty. I would love for you guys to prove that that's AI. I would love for you guys to do that because you guys are literally so delusional at this point that you guys just say AI, everything's AI, everything's AI if it doesn't fit your narrative nowadays. That's your only defense. I deal with it every day on live. Get some better talking points or maybe open your eyes and stop believing the bullshit that this party is spewing to you guys. Other than that, I hope everyone has a great weekend.
Exactly. That was very good points. But guys, before Gray gives his closing thoughts, make sure you hit that notification bell.
What I would want to talk about, my final thoughts, what is the end goal once these ICE agents complete their job? Because from the outside looking in, I thought it was going to be to have more white families to kind of stop the white race from being extinct and to kind of take the Hispanics out so that the Hispanics weren't become the majority in the country. I don't feel like what they're doing and what's happening in the media is helping their goal. I feel like the white young male loneliness epidemic is going to be worse from this. I feel like Social Security not being paid in from a young labor force is going to be worse from this. And I really feel like this whole situation is going to be a waste of time. The fact that ICE is out there fighting protesters to me is just a waste of time. Like we always say on New Party, always vote.
Damn, not a waste of time, honey. Not a waste of time. Anyways, for everyone watching, thank you for coming. I will be back here in the morning. I'll be doing my morning recap show. Here's a preview.
Good morning and welcome to the New Party. I'm Nora Christine and I'm the host of Weekend and Weekday Recap, bringing you the stories everyone's talking about and the ones they don't want you to hear. We're breaking down all the latest in politics, culture, and the moments that shape the headlines live at 6 a.m. every Monday and Friday morning. So grab your coffee, wake up your mind, and let's get into it only here on the New Party.
So yeah, guys, make sure you come back tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. live. I will be live, guys. Come kick it with me for an hour. We have some stories to recap. Nicki Minaj and the gold card. What is going on with that? Did Melania's movie flop? Did Trump taco? I'm going to do the Trump taco story tomorrow because we kind of ran out of time tonight. But did Trump taco on ice? So definitely come back tomorrow. Let's have a recap of the week. Make sure you hit that subscription. Make sure you hit that notification bell. We do this every Monday through Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we have an important message right at the end of the stream. But before I hit that end button, let me tell you guys the results of the poll. Did your opinion change tonight on Alex Preddy after the new information that has come out? 76% says no. Usually our polls are 50-50. So that tells you how polarizing this topic it is. Guys, I support our ICE agents, but I also support accountability of the ICE agents. I think we need to all be asking for accountability. Also, accountability of those that are out there protesting. If you out there burning the town of Minnesota down, going to the hotels where the ICE agents at, I want you to have accountability. So make sure you guys come back here, hit that like button, and God bless and good night.
Before we wrap, I want to take a quick moment to talk about how you can support the new party. We are an independent media platform. No corporate backers, no political handlers, just a collection of voices representing all American viewpoints, especially the stories they don't want you talking about.
I'm disgusted with our government, and it doesn't matter which party you're talking about. I'm disgusted.
We are watching an active genocide. I don't know how else to put it. There are thousands of people getting killed every day.
This is the first time in history that an American cardinal has ever been elevated to pope. It is legitimately make America great again.
Yeah.
Like, they're fighting for illegal immigrants, not immigrants. Illegal. Like, and they burning the flag and shit.
Like I always say, it was a great episode. I'm happy with the wins that Donald Trump's.
Like you heard Nora Skeptic say, we're going to keep bringing like different types of content and things that we know people want to see. And like we always say on the New Party, always vote.
If you believe Americans can still have civil discourse, even in these polarizing times, we need your help to stay independent and keep growing. You can support us by donating to our GoFundMe page, becoming a channel member, sending a super chat, or grabbing merch from the New Party store. Every donation goes directly toward growing the channel promotion and our upcoming documentary. And as a thank you, donors will receive an exclusive copy of the documentary 1 week before it premieres. Who is the New Party? We're you, your voice, your stories, your America. We can only do this together. So if you're able, please donate and help us get the message out.